Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today, it's going to be a vlog. A vlog in the sense of me talking about a few things. Um, and while I do that, let me get over this real quick. I have been playing on the iPad, my son-in-law's iPad. So I drew a bunch of different faces. Like you can see, this is like the one that I did with the orange hair. I just changed up her face a little bit. I have this. I have, where's my other one? I broke like her down in thirds. I have like this, which is just a basic my face with the hair. But what happened was, and then I printed them out. My cats. I have, Emily took her cats downstairs, her two cats. So they stayed down there with her. They made like a little place down there for them, apartment for her and Sonny and the cats. And so I have left the other two cats, which one is mine. The other one is technically Emily's, but whatever. So I have them up here. Well, they never feel like they have a place because my puppy, well, he's not a puppy anymore, he's a year and a half, doesn't let them be. He doesn't hurt them, but he likes to play and they don't want that. So after starting to do this room, they decided, I can't show you. I don't think I can show you. Let me see if I can. No, I can't get over there. They kind of pulled my curtain down and they lay over there. Well, the other day I forgot to move my water. So I brought my papers in here. I was going to record yesterday. Trucker Janie sent me some more stuff. So I was going to get ready to record. And then something happened and I didn't get to do it last night. And I came in here this morning and they spilt my whole thing of water all over my desk, all over, as you can see, my papers that I printed out. This one's pen, but obviously it was not pen that was waterproof. And so, yeah, so it's cool when you see black and then you see the colors that go into making black, right? Just why wouldn't they just use black? So what I'm going to do while I sit here and vlog is trace them on here because she's going to be an art doll quilt like I like to do. And I think the other one is too. This one I don't know yet, but that's what I want to do. So one of the things I wanted to talk about is when, and I saw this somewhere and I can't remember who I saw. It was like on Pinterest or something, so it might have been an advertisement, but it was when self-help becomes self-hating. And I thought to myself, geez, like self-help, which I read every possible book out there. I'm a quote person, all these things. But when does it make you start hating yourself or blaming yourself? And, you know, I do that quite a bit with chronic illness. And I know a lot of you guys have chronic illnesses as well. And do you find yourself doing that? Now, this isn't a 24/7 kind of thing, but more often lately than not, it's, you know, where you start blaming yourself, you know, with, let's talk about like self-help or positive self-positivity or whatever it's called. You know, I start feeling to myself like, well, why am I not getting this? Why am I not being more positive or feeling better about myself or the way I look or the way I am or the way I talk or the things I do? And it turns into self-hate. It turns into like, what's wrong with you? You know, on top of everything else, what's wrong with you? Why can't you just be and be happy and stay happy? Because I'm always waiting for that other shoe to drop. And granted, I've had a rough one, but you know, am I the only one who just can't live in the good and the happiness? But I wonder, what do you think? Do you think about that? Like, the more we try to help ourselves, the worse we beat ourselves up? I don't know. It's something I think about a lot. Anyway, I'm going to get started on this. You know, I do, which I've done for years, but I do some candle magic or Wiccan stuff, or, you know, whatever on my channel, candle magic. I don't go too deep, but I do those kind of things. I have for quite a long time. And I mean, for years, I've worn my pentacle or pentagram, whatever way you look at it, ring, pentacle, and never talked about it, but I wore it, and anybody who knew anything about that knew what it was representing. Until one day, you know, I got enough questions where it was like, okay, you know, talk about it. So I began talking about it. And my point is not, that's not what I'm going to talk about here, but my point is, now it was a very respectful comment, but believe me, that was a respectful comment. The messages I get in emails are quite different. About, I don't watch your channel for this type of, what was the word that was used? I want to say heresy, but I don't think that was the word. You know, for this kind of content, I watch it for art and what are you putting out there and And, you know, I can go and answer every single email. And I even spoke of it in the video when I did the last one, answering some questions. You know, it's my channel, and I do put it in the title so you can read and see, like, oh, not for me, this one. Do you know what I mean? So I do label them. But it is my channel, and I can do as I choose. And if I want to sit and go to the bookstore and record it, or if I want to, you know, talk about Burger King, or I want to talk about food boxes, or I want to talk about how bad my period was that month, or my hot flashes, or whatever. I mean, it's my channel, and I do label it so you can know. I mean, other people may just do art and that kind of stuff, and that's fine. So go watch their channel. That's how I feel. And if it bothers you, if you're okay with the fact, like, reading the title and saying, okay, not for me, then great. Then be respectful, move on till the next art video comes. Like I said, it's my channel, and I have so many different parts of myself. And like, I love makeup. I used to do makeup for a living. I used to wear makeup all the time. My daughter wears makeup. She's fantastic at makeup. We buy new stuff, like all these things. Am I not allowed to talk about that, or my favorite perfume, because it might make somebody angry who came here for art? I love doing art. Art is part of who I am, but also so are those other things. So just so you know for the future, I've talked about this so many times, but I mean, my channel will have tons of different things. Sometimes you'll see it's like all art. Sometimes you'll see it's something else. So, you know, just please, for everybody, be respectful. There's so many different parts to us. And, you know, like, I love talking about my daughter, my dogs, my cats, you know what I mean? The wind outside, whatever it is, full moon. So please, that's all I'm asking. Just be respectful. All right, so that's that. But like I said, the sabotage thing is really strong with me, and I don't quite know what to do about that. I really don't, because like I said, I know, I read, I do all the Deepak and the, you know, I got my Brene Brown book and all the things, Louise Hay, you know, trying to be positive, and I don't know, sometimes it just doesn't work. Now let me just tell you something art-wise that, you know, see how I drew something, maybe you drew something on your iPad or Photoshop or what have you, or maybe you drew something on your, I've talked about this before, you drew something that you really, really dig, but you don't want to use that in your art, but you want to copy it. You know, another way is to do this and just get some masking tape and tape it all down so it doesn't move if you're nervous. I tend to just, if you lined my one up I just did with my other one, I knew the drawing I did because I did it. And you know, so you kind of, I have an idea of what I want. So if I go outside of any of this, I'm okay with it. It's just the general that I want. So I'm not going to tape it down. But of course, do whatever makes it easier for you. That's all. But what I'm going to do is move it over to the side. This way, when I'm done, you know, I have this much left that I can turn sideways for maybe something else I have that I do if I'm making a stencil or something. But yeah, so, you know, I don't know. It's really hard. And, you know, nowadays even more than not, and I'm not getting into the whole Will Smith thing, but social media makes things so crazy, and especially for young girls. You know, I can't imagine being a young lady growing up now with all these Photoshop and filters and all these things that you can do to make yourself look absolutely, like I can use a filter that takes my double chin away and makes my skin smooth. What? That's not me. But I can sit and do a video like that or take a picture like that. And then you have somebody who's 52 trying to compare themselves with me when that isn't even me. Or me doing that, comparing to somebody else. Now, granted, some people do have beautiful skin at 52 and didn't lay out in the sun with, I want to make a stencil of her, with baby oil and all the things us Jersey girls and I'm sure everywhere else used to do. But, you know, my skin is, I got large pores and I use all the things, you know, all the good face stuff to try to get it to not be that bad, but it's still bad. And I'm sure other people have it worse than I, and I'm not sitting, you know, but it is, you know, it is kind of, oh my God, my cat's screaming to get in here. It is kind of, you know, sad to look at those kind of things. And even like these little girls, like, you know, if we put that energy out there for people in general, and it just isn't women, but, you know, to normalize our normal looks, odd girls, people who may not have the most symmetrical face or, you know, whatever, then that would become our norm. You know, we shouldn't be, you know, you see like the makeup companies and different companies put out the different kind of model, you know, different kind of looking models and stuff like that. And I think that's great, but I think it needs to be more than that. Now you could tell I did this on the iPad because the circles are circles because I do not do good circles. And I'm not caring too much if these are even or not because like I said, she's going to be more of an odd girl. And, you know, it doesn't really matter. This is just for me to get it down. And what I'm going to do is, who knows what I'm going to do with her. I might put her on a canvas. I might put her on a fabric. And I think that's pretty good. Not too bad. Hopefully she dries soon. It's terrible. Now these arms, I am not a good arm or hand person. So I always like to put them, now look, she got this little teeny thing here. But we'll go that way and erase that. Do I have an eraser? My cat's really did a number on me that other night. Last night. All right. Yeah, we'll do like that. And then this we can just do the same. Just kind of. I like to kind of make the elbows the same on each side. They don't have to be perfect because obviously we stand different, but, and then I can always change those when I go to put it up. One cat managed to get back in. Okay. You know, just so we can have an idea here. Like that. Okay, for now. There. Not too bad. So then what I like to do is, what the heck was that voice? What I like to do is I will cut her out, and I can just leave her hair go off because it doesn't matter. And I can start deciding what fabrics I want to use or if I want to paint her. So I'll get my fabric and I'll put it out and measure it. And then I can either start like pinning my fabric and cutting it out to match this. So I have it to then build it then onto my other fabric, my base fabric. Or I could paint it. There's a million ways I do it. Depends on my mood at the time. But that's that one. So yeah, so I was just wondering, like I said, what your thoughts were on all that, which is a lot to take in right the moment. I can go on and on, but I always laugh because I see people complain, not necessarily to me, but like about quotes. And I'm like, have you ever, well, I don't know, like got a quote in your email or you saw a quote or whatever, and the quote at the time like reflects on what you're dealing with, what you're going through, how you're feeling at that moment. You know, like Dave and Emily always say, synchronicity, because that's kind of what it is. Like at the moment, you're like, oh my God, this applies to me. Like I have to think positive. I have to. So, you know, I just wanted to know if you guys have any tips or tricks to help get out of that depressive, negative mindset. Because that's kind of, you know, where, I don't know, I'm at the moment, and I'm not quite sure how to get out of that. I try everything, but it just doesn't work. And I got so much going on with my family, health things that aren't, you know, I could sit here and bitch about myself and all the things I am dealing with, but at the end of the day, none of that matters to me if Dave and Emily aren't doing well, and they're not. And I don't know. I can't quite put it into words, but I just don't like it. And, you know, after losing my son and everything like that, it's like everything is like intensified for me all the time. All the time. And when they're upset about what they're going through, you know, even though I say to them, like, look, you got to be positive, you got to think positive, in my stomach, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I just can't deal. I'm talking too much. I can't do two things at once. It's quite obvious, right? Because I'm not holding it down. But yeah, it's just, it sucks. And I know it sucks for a lot of us. It sucks for a lot of us. Ooh, she got little eyes. Sometimes I wonder, why do you draw such little eyes? That's why I'm always doing big eyes. Because it's so much easier for me to do. There we go. And that's all she wrote for that one. I think that's the last one. Yeah, just got different parts. But that's good. Oh, God, you can even see my face of the other one on here because of the ink. I think Carol did one like that before, where she did the ink and then did the water. I wasn't doing that on purpose. So, yeah, let me know how you guys are doing and all the things. I just wanted to say a few things because, you know, it's so funny. So many times I get, like, wonderful, because I have a lot of videos up. So, and I have almost 6 million views, which for me is a lot because, you know, but I get comments all the time throughout my whole channel on videos. I get comments from videos from 6 years ago, let's say, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, of people saying, you are the absolute worst YouTuber. You talk too much. Your videos are too long. But at the time when I was doing them, that was what was in. You sat and you talked a lot while you did your videos. You sat and talked about your day and your life and like all those kind of things. And people loved the longer videos. Then YouTube became more popular because I've been doing YouTube since 2007, I guess. I don't even, yeah, maybe 2008, 2009, somewhere around there. long time. So back in the day, that's what YouTube encouraged, was that kind of thing, and people loved it. And honestly, I've said this a million times before. I made 3 times what I make now with tons. I mean, and I had, shoot, I started with 500 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. I might have had 3,000 subscribers at that time. And I made tons more, 3 times, 4 times more than I make now. Now it's like pennies compared to what I used to make. Because YouTube has changed so much. It doesn't mean YouTube is not a good place. It's a wonderful place. It's a great place to express many different parts of you. As you know, you probably watch vloggers and popular, YouTubers and all that, but that wasn't the way it was back in the day. We didn't have famous people on there getting all the money because, they were famous and people wanted to watch them. Regardless, I love doing YouTube, but, so people see like a lot of those older videos and really give me crap about them. And then, I have people who find videos now who are like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I found you. And they leave me the most beautiful, loving comment. And I think that's why I do it. Or when you guys leave me comments, that's why I do it. And I'm sure that's why a lot of you do it. Because it is, you're putting yourself out there. And I always explain this to every single time, everybody that writes me about starting a YouTube or not getting many views. And I tell Dave the same thing. Look, if you have 30 people watching your video, think about sitting in your living room and having 30 people sitting there with you. It's a lot. Think about going to the bookstore or the library to a book club or something like that. How many people do you usually have? 10 there? 15 there? I don't know. I don't go to the book club, but like think about that. So think about the people watching, how many people are watching your videos. And think about sitting into a living room or a library or what have you, and think about that many people in there. That's a lot of people. So don't get discouraged whether you get 5 views, 10 views, 1 view, 2 views, millions of views. It doesn't matter. The point is that you're putting out a piece of you into the universe, a piece of you that's good, that's positive, that people want to see, that help others. Whether it be art or what things you talk about or whatever it is. So just remember that. Don't get down on yourself because of not getting as many views as you used to. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't be doing this anymore. But if one person, leaves me a thumbs up or leaves me a nice comment or can relate, then I'm happy. So remember that when you're doing your channel or starting your channel. It's not always about the money. Is the money nice? Oh, yes. Helps pay for medicine and, all the things. But at the end of the day, it's a piece of you that you're putting out positive in the world. So having said that, if you would leave me a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it. And if you found me and would be interested in art and life and all the things in between, push that subscribe button down below with that notification bell to get notified that I uploaded. And more than that, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Thanks for all your wonderful, beautiful, kind words. And I just hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.